It is with extreme heavy heart, after spending 5-6 years with the Conservative Party, working with Shalashwara, working with North West Cambridgeshire. I am the president of the North West Cambridgeshire. I am leaving the Conservative group after having very difficult last 2 years. I have spent 5 years representing my residents of Hargate and Hempsted, and I'm hoping to continue to do that to best of my ability. However, I've come to this very difficult decision because the last 2 years have been hell for me. Prior to that, the first 3 years I immensely enjoyed. You know, as part of the cabinet for John Holdridge, I was one of the key persons who brought Arrogant Direct Services in-house. I brought the IT services in-house, saving millions of pounds for our council. And first and foremost, delivering value for money for our taxpayers. You know, I'm a businessman and this is what I do, delivering value for money and introducing efficiencies. But last 2 years have been very, very difficult for me. And I've been in a toxic atmosphere, been victimized, been bullied, and you know, the suspension over the last 3 weeks, which many of you have heard about, have been the final straw. It has almost killed me, you know. On Saturday, when I received this fabricated piece of paper, I had chest pains. I had a heart attack, would you believe? Because of that fabricated piece of paper which alleges something which I did not do. And I thought that was the final straw. The bullying text messages, what I've gone through, it has been unbelievable burden, unbelievable stress for me, my family, and particularly for my health. I'm a colitis patient. That has all flared up. And you know, I have today said, well, look, enough is enough. And this suspension over the last 3 weeks was the final straw.
What was the suspension all about? You know, what was behind it?
Well, that's the bizarre thing. I was accused of working with other councillors to bring a no confidence vote in the leader, Wayne Fitzgerald. Well, under no circumstances I did that. And they did this investigation, this kangaroo court. Still, they found no evidence. And I've been exonerated for that. But you know what? That is only until the next moment. And I don't want to live that moment. I don't want to miss the citizen. I don't want to take their time and my time. You know, they're spending their time victimizing me, and the citizen of Peterborough gets missed out. I want to emphasize all my work, my time, working for my ward residents, working for the overall city of Peterborough, and I want them to do the same thing. And if they're distracted by trying to destroy me or feel threatened by me, then I remove myself.
It sounds like there's a real culture of fear at the heart of politics in Peterborough, and leader Wayne Fitzgerald is at the pinnacle of that. You mentioned the bullying, you mentioned all the things you've had to go through. Tell us a bit more about that, and do you have proof of all this?
Well, I wouldn't like to go individually I wouldn't like to, you know, talk ill about anybody who I'm walking away from. It's just not right. However, as far as you mentioned about the proof, that report is a damning proof, which gave me a heart attack. Some of the text messages are damning proof, which calls me, you are a poison. You know, that is horrendous. And I don't condone that in any work practice, particularly in public sector, particularly in a council environment where our role is as a voluntary, you know. It's hardly, we're not there for money, you know, nobody's there for money. For £500-600 a month or £700-800 or whatever it is. We are there to help the people of Peterborough and bring best thing to our city. And if that experience is very unpleasant for us, then for me, it's not right for me to be in that part of that. And secondly, the bigger impact is on, we are preventing the good, talented people coming into the council by having that kind of toxic culture in that city council.
How are you now?
Well, you know, wounds heal very slowly. It'll take time. It'll take time. I am going to spend some time sort of on a back seat. I'll continue to work hard for my ward councillors, but I still look forward to carrying on in the council and delivering best to my ability for Hargate and Hempsted ward and for the wider community of Peterborough.
What did other councillors have to say when you've been through all this? What have you had support? Have you had people who were astonished, or you know?
Well, amazingly, I had a lot of phone calls from the opposition party members. Amazingly, but there were still a few number of my own group who rang me, but not many.
Are they scared?
Sadly, not many. And that's something for them to tell me what it was. But last night, that is for them to tell me.
Are they scared to speak out?
I don't know. I'm not going to speak on their behalf.
So your health, your family,
yeah,
that's all important. That culture you don't want to be part of.
Yeah.
So what does the future hold for you? What do you hope to achieve then? I mean, how do we get rid of that culture? Because it can't be good for the city and the people that live in it.
Well, look, first of all, you know, for my health and for my well-being, I walked away from that. Secondly, and most importantly, we need to remove these distractions. That's one of the reasons I've removed myself. So the citizen gets the full concentration of the leadership and of the council. Finally, your question about how do we get rid of it, I don't know yet. I haven't looked at it, I don't know yet. I am too ill to worry about that. So I've just removed myself from that process.
What does the city need, though, going forward? I mean, this culture can't persist, can it, for the good of the city?
Well, I don't have the magic pill for that right now on my head. The city could be worse off, or city could be considerably better off. But that's something for all the councillors to work together. All the councillors collaboratively work together, and I'm sorry that word is being used a lot and it has lost its value in the process, but they could work together better and remove the toxic side of it.
So for now, you'll just stand as an independent, yeah?
For now, I'm removing myself from harm's length.